Hi, my name is Roshan. Um, I'm here to talk to you about a under-addressed issue. So it's not an issue that is overlooked for all, but it's overlooked for some. Um, and this issue that I want to talk to you about deals with the African American male. And again, not only does the African American male experience this issue that I want to talk to you about, all males do. Um, it's hardly addressed by males in general, but I kind of want to speak out about this issue because I am an African American male, and I do believe that we as African Americans harbor some of the toughest pain. We go through some of the roughest emotional turmoil, and we specifically, I believe, don't have a foundation to where we can freely express ourselves, because we are supposed to be tough. We are supposed to be able to handle things that others can't. We are not supposed to cry. We are not supposed to show emotion, and we are supposed to get over it, handle it, and deal with life. The issue that I want to talk to you about today, it's widely spoken about amongst women, and women have a great support group dealing with this particular area, but for some reason, people can only equate this problem with women, as if we males don't experience the same problem. I want to take you back to a time in my life where I was a teenager, experiencing life, hanging out with people that I thought I knew, hanging out with people that I thought were cool. And don't get me wrong, I still think some of those people that I was hanging out with that night are still cool. They are still my friends. But it was one particular individual that I thought was cool, and he was a friend of a friend, but I never really got acquainted with this particular individual until this night. And our acquaintance this night was improper. I was at a friend's house at a party, somewhat of a couple's night for a birthday, and it was only two single individuals there, which was me and another young man. Everyone else was coupled up. Throughout the party, all couples stuck together, was hanging around, drinking with one another, and of course we're all cool, so we all was drinking. But the other single individual kept bringing me drinks this night. Before I can finish one drink, he was bringing me another drink. I didn't think nothing of it. Um, but after a while, I was pretty tipsy. A little too drunk, actually. And this individual wanted to go home to get something I can't quite remember. But he wanted somebody to ride with him. And since everyone was coupled up, he kept asking me to go with him because he just needed one person and everybody was in pairs. I didn't want to go. I didn't want to go with this guy. I kept saying I did not want to go with this guy. But my friends that was friends with this guy was telling me to just go ahead and go. And as I look around the room, again, everybody was coupled up. So I ended up going. Only because I was the third wheel. And I guess, he didn't want to ride by himself. And when I went and got in this vehicle, before we could pull out of the driveway, he said, hold on. He ran back in the house, got 2 more drinks, and I still had a drink in my hand. And he gave that one to me. From the time we pulled off, all I could remember was me weeding out into like a black hole. It's like I was passing out and I would be waking up to this guy touching me, and I will be pushing him off me to pass him back out to waking up the next day in this guy's house naked on his floor with blood in the carpet where I was laying. I knew exactly what had happened, but I couldn't believe what had happened because of who I am. I tried to ignore what happened. But mentally, I couldn't let the situation go. And what had happened to me, I was afraid at the time to say something. I was afraid to tell. I was afraid to admit that another guy had taken advantage of me and took something from me that was sacred. Why was I afraid? I was afraid for a lot of different reasons. It was just embarrassing. So I kept my mouth closed. And since I said nothing, the guy that took advantage of me, he kept coming around me and he kept harassing me And he was pushing himself on me regularly all the time. And I literally wanted to do something to this guy. And I was afraid. So I said nothing. I did nothing. And he continuously harassed me because I kept my mouth closed. And it's an issue that we males, black males, experience all the time. And I believe it's time that we start speaking up. I believe it's time we start sharing our stories. And I believe it's time we start coming together we got a problem. We got a lot of problems. But we won't fix our problems until we can be open, until we can be honest, until we can start actually addressing the issue and coming together and fixing the issues. And this is an issue. Thank you all for listening. Actually, I cut the camera off, but I actually brought it back because I wanted to just add one more insert before I go. I am a book author, and my book is Stolen Identity. It talks about how I was sucked into the system when I was 17 behind a false accusation with inadequate counsel and no support system, and it tell you about a lot of the issues that I had to endure growing up. One of the chapters in this book that you can get on our website, I'm gonna give it to you in a minute, it's called It Can't Be True. And that chapter, It Can't Be True, actually talk to you or tell you or take you a little bit further into the situation that I just described here. Talking about my encounter with sexual abuse, and it's significant, you know, that I experienced this. You know, this is a significant mental experience for me and myself. And what make it worse of all is that this guy got away with inappropriately not touching me, but taking something sacred from me. And he is free living his life. In the same token that this guy that ain't no telling how many people he done this to, like myself, is living a happy, merry life. I have a case of touching a minor that I never, ever in life had sex with. And I was charged on the basis of another female, 1 year and 4 months younger than me, sneaking out of her home, that got in trouble, and an in-home situation became an out-home situation, and I walk with a criminal record of touching a minor when I was a minor. but the one that was abused was me. Pick up my book, Stolen Identity, at the Pure Justice website. It's purejustice.org. That's www.purejustice.org. That's purejustice.org. And support an organization that works to bring fairness and equity to the criminal justice system, as well as create economic opportunities for marginalized groups. Again, thank you all for watching.